ladies and gents, I need you to take just a little bit of a moment away from the fact that their Category 5 hurricane has decreased. Now they're still saying it's going to hit as a Category 4. I need you all to pay attention to what's going on. 3 Category 4 hurricanes in a 3-week period. Impossible. But don't take my word for it. Go back in history and see when there has ever been 3 Category 4 hurricanes or 2 Category 4 hurricanes and 1 Category 5, then 3 Category 4s, then another Category 5 and 2 Category 4s. Because remember, Irma, Category 4, Category 5, Category 4, Category 5, Category 4, and possibly Category 5 again. Impossible. Not in nature. Why? I can't tell you why. I can tell you keeping the people in a panic. Fear is, someone said fear was healthy. No, fear is lucrative. You can make a lot of money off of fear. Now, let's get on with some things. I left under the video, where are they? And I am telling you. Anyway, I left in that video. I said I was going to leave the comments open for that video. Now, I want to let you know some people took, well, actually, only 2 people decided to get ignorant. One guy said I was a control freak. Show you how much of a control freak I am? I made sure that those stupid comments wouldn't be viewable by you guys, because they're all held for review. There's no comments held for review now. That just says 9. There were a total of 58. Okay, some of the comments just, they didn't deal with anything, so I took them and got rid of them. The ones who actually showed appreciation, I put up there because I wanted you all to see that I'm a control freak and I only want to put the positive comments up here. That's right, because there's no reason for negativity. One guy said, well, if you would stop being so condescending. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't help but be condescending. The reason why I'm so condescending is because I had to study this stuff a long time ago, and I had people who took me to the side and who said, you know what, I'm going to show you this, or I'm going to talk to you about this, or here, I'm going to make you understand this. I had people doing that for me. Now, again, the community I lived in thought that I was going to be one of their so-called Negro leaders. I don't think so. That was never my ambition, never my... I've been a Jehovah's Witness all my life. These people, most of them knew this, but somehow people thought that, well, he's a teenager. He's not going to stick with that. You know how teenagers, they never stick with what they are a part of at the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, I always knew that it wasn't my job to be prominent, and it wasn't my job to lead people. I could have gone after the so-called political ambitions. I could have been a lawyer. I could have been a judge. I didn't want to be any of those things. Why? Because I had no ambition to be any of that stupid stuff. Yes, I said stupid stuff. Why? Because when you get involved in any type of politics, and if you don't believe being a judge is politics and being an attorney is politics, then you got a lot coming to you. When you get involved in politics, people control you. Mr. Dre, this young man right here, you know, we go way back. So don't you dare sit up here and leave no comment talking about, oh, he finally left the comments open. You know, I know who he is, man. So thank you. I appreciate it. And Derek, we all right, okay? We all right. Now, some of these individuals, these people, you people, sorry, Ross Perot, I was watching a television show, and in the television show, somebody used the phrase you people. And when they used the phrase you people, somebody took offense. And I'm like, what the? Because the guy didn't have any pigment in his skin. And he says, don't call us people. Excuse me? Since when is calling people wrong? You people. So, you people, I want to let you know that it's comments like this right here. Can you produce more content on memorializing the birth certificate? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll make it easy on you. Wait, let's do this. I can't go there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you this by doing this, opening up a new window in YouTube. And we're going to do just that. I want you to pay attention. Those of you who want more information on the birth certificates and the birth certificate process. Now, this video is going to focus more so on the affidavit, the power of attorney affidavit that you see online. And we will be updating that affidavit. Now, I want you all to understand, and I want you to get this because most of you don't get this. An affidavit must be in your own words. Okay? An affidavit must be in your own words. And this young lady talks about how she sent for her long form birth certificate. Ladies and gentlemen, the easiest way to get the long form birth certificate is ordered from the Secretary of State, part of your vital statistics and vital records. So you want to order it from the state capitol, the main office. You don't want to order it from the county because the county will not provide you the long form. Okay, they've got these stupid policy things. So, and Ms. Lisa, you wrote a lot, and I didn't read all that you wrote. Okay, but, because you started off your comment, look at that, telling me that you were not trying to disrespect me. Please understand, this was a lot, but I put it up here anyway because I am not here to nitpick on everything you guys say. Because something you said in here might be helpful to at least 5 or 10 people, or it may be something that those 5 or 10 people were also wondering about. Do you understand? And you mentioned you're not in foreclosure yet, but you're going to be in foreclosure. Look, there are no Hail Marys, people. Well, okay, when I tell you that everybody whom I've worked on mortgages for, with the exception of one person, are all still in their home. And despite the fact that some of them, yes, some of them have made mistakes. Okay, now, thank you for being a part of this. It's the Redress Commission, and I'm so sorry that that commission turned out to be so stupid. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to, oh, look at that. This person, she even put the name Jehovah there. That's not why I put her video up here, because the bottom part I never read. I never read the whole thing because I haven't had the time to read through the short ones. Yes, I read every word. Even this one, I read every word. And I saw that most people wanted more information about the birth certificate, but I did not read this whole thing. So the only thing I read, I think, Lisa, I think it was this part right here. Now look, I've already done videos. If you look at the bottom, in every single description, I give you a short video on how to download my videos. Okay, sorry, I don't do tutorials. There are too many other sites. So if I direct you to a program, what you do is you go to YouTube, let's say video downloader. I just type in the word video downloader into YouTube. Now, let's see if we find one video that explains about video downloader. Hey, look at that, Maxwell. Look at that, 3 hours and 55 minutes. You go, Max. That ain't Maxwell. No, anyway, you go, Maxwell. Maxwell, I like the man. Didn't like him when he first got started. There was just something about Maxwell's style. Illegal, illegal, illegal. TDA accounts accepted for whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, TDA account, lesser bank routing number. Ladies and gentlemen, these stupid little titles are designed to get your attention. Why? Because they want you to watch. Let's see. This is 18,000 and it's only been out for a week. And so that's 18,000 of you that's going to be gullible enough. This one's been out for 4 days, so it ain't quite gonna have 18,000, but they put, you see how they put TDA capitalized? And so when you guys do your search, you're gonna do the search for TDA. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Dag nabbit. All right, I gotta turn it off. I don't want to turn off my torrent because Verizon, you all, has given us 3,000 more gigabytes of download, internet tethering access. And so I'm appreciating it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while that's pulling up, I'm going to do you a favor. Somebody has been asking for my email address. If you're asking for my email address to ask questions, no, you can't get my email address. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the time to respond to you. Somebody said they wanted to send information to me, so let me give you the information. EEONV3 at Gmail. That's the email address. But I will let you know in advance, if you ask questions, you won't get responded to. No, I'm sorry, I did respond to a couple of people these last couple of days, but I haven't had the time to help them. Okay? It just, look, new video downloader pro free for Apple. Okay? How to legally download YouTube videos. So for those of you, please understand, free internet video downloader. 2017 best video downloaders for Android and download YouTube at very high speed. Best video downloader for Android. See, all you have to do is ask. YouTube is the largest search engine in the world, people. It passed Google some time ago. Google is the second largest search engine in the world, owned by the same company. So if you have a question, ask YouTube. Somebody's done a video on it. So let's do this. I don't want to do birth certificate worth money and all that. I want to do birth certificate, let's say, where's my infant? Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I put the word birth certificate and infant. Now you're going to get these people talking about authentication. Please don't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. To find the videos on birth certificates from me, you have to put in this. I'm sorry. Infant. You put in infant estate. That's how you're going to get your start. Okay? These are mostly my videos. This is mine. This is mine. Okay? My video. My video. My video. Can you explain the POA process? My video. This video right here explains the POA, ladies and gentlemen. You know, she's faced the hardest times you can imagine, but many times her eyes fought back the tears. Lord knows. Okay. Oh, we're not pulling up the video. That will take too long. It's on the EON1 YouTube channel, but this is the birth certificate. So this video is to help explain to some of you the affidavit that you must rewrite, but you have to be careful about changing too many of the words. Why? Because it takes away the force. So most of the terms in this certificate are legal terms. I'm getting ready to shorten the POA that we provide people, and there's no law. There's nothing that we're saying that you can't shorten it. But what I'm trying to tell you is all of you who filled out the POA in the past, you're okay. And those of you who are part of our SATCOM's birth certificate process, you've received the proper affidavit for you, for what we are doing. Okay? And then you've received the update. The public hasn't received that, but you guys have. And we're getting ready to redo the affidavit because there are a couple other things we're going to be adding because we're going to be doing this for all of our BC people who are already on board. Remember, our price schedule changed last night because we've added the information on CPNs. Now let's do this. CPN. Let's find out what look at that. CPN game has changed how to make it work. CPN credit policy, we are adding CPN. And you're going to find out all of these people. This is a young lady. I had a video up yesterday that I couldn't download for some reason. Wouldn't let me download. But CPN, okay. I have no idea what this is about. I don't think this is the CPN that we're looking for. And this is the one right here. That's what I want you all to do. You have to educate yourself on CPN because we cannot tell you. We're only going to provide it for you, and it's part of the package. You don't have to do it. You don't have to pay us to do it. We do it at no additional charge to you. So all of you, and you got to be patient with us because we have to acquire this for you. But everybody who was a part of our birth certificate process, except for the ones who came in at 260 after November 2016, you will not get this. But everyone who was part of the process 260 prior to November and the 560 after November, you will get this automatically. Plus, you will get your 98 series EIN number. And you don't know, most of you don't know, your 98 series EIN number is the beginning of your trust. That's how you set up your trust. You set it up through the 98 series EIN number. But we're gonna talk about this, okay? Again, no one else is doing all this for you. All these other people you're paying thousands of dollars to. You don't pay SATCOM thousands of dollars. Okay, even we're going to be coming out with a program at SATCOM, and I say we, only when I say I'm not affiliated with SATCOM, I'm just a consultant. SATCOM will be coming out with a program for mortgages. We won't be able to help everybody because it's too many of you, and you will be required to have some legal knowledge, because you will have to file the lawsuit. But we're going to be doing a process that is allowed by law that allows you to acquire your property. You won't even, man. See, that Y right there, that was a mistake. So I apologize for that. That was a typo. U is right next to Y, so QUEST, so that was a typo. I just noticed it. And again, infant estate, ladies and gentlemen, because your birth certificate is evidence of your infant estate. So if you want to find out more instructions, just type into YouTube infant estate. I've had people asking me, can you do a playlist? I'm sorry, yeah, I can do a playlist. I can take the time to do a playlist, but let me explain to you so you guys will get it. Watch this. EEON. So you got EEON1, EEON2. Those are me. Okay, but there was an actual EEON YouTube channel. Okay, and YouTube took it down. And that channel had over 300 videos. Okay, when they took it down, all of those videos were in order, because if you all will pay attention when I do videos, it's a succession from the last video for the most part. But you talk about so many things, I don't give a what I talk about. Okay, apparently you guys haven't understood. Nobody is paying me to do this. And so for those of you who want so much, go someplace else. That's not what this channel is about. I'm only providing information, and I am not going to give you all the pieces of the puzzle. Be fortunate that I decided to give you the pieces of the puzzle concerning the Social Security account, Social Security number, that I told you about how you have to get another Social Security number and get them to list you as having attained the age of majority. Okay? Be glad that I put that information out there, because I wasn't going to. Information is going to get me in a lot of trouble, and I'm not taking it down. But I will tell you that Google is trying to put some pressure on me. That's right. They're trying to say, mother, what you think you're doing? Okay? Just want to let y'all know. You see, you don't see no references to the EON channel, but before, in April, you saw references. Okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, before, if you put EON here, okay? If you put EON in here, you would not pull up all of this information. But most of this, my videos. Except for this one. See, before, if you put EON here, you would get all the other videos where the name EON was used. Okay? So what I'm doing here is I'm letting you know that if you want a playlist, this is going to be my best suggestion for you to get a playlist. Okay? Again, if you don't see this symbol next to it, that means it ain't me. If you don't see EON 1 or EON 2, that's not me. That's someone else. And again, many people have taken and copied, and I don't have a problem with that. Okay? Look at this. Top 10 most important videos. And they talk about the minor account. So that's the other thing you can do. But I say type in INFaNT estate and you will pull up the videos on a minor account. Okay? But if you take a look, many of you, can you give us a playlist? Can you explain this? Can you explain that? Ladies and gentlemen, I've already explained. Huh. Excuse me for a second. This ain't me. This is someone else. I'm just interested to see who be it is. Because this ain't me. I kind of figured it was Asian. Because they understand the name EON. Okay? Yonachi. See? Yonachi. They understand the name EON. And so, there you go. That's why EON 1, EON 2. Now, you notice this one is EON with a period. Mine was EON. EON was my channel that YouTube took down. And now we will be going to court somewhere at the end of this year, beginning of next year. I got to get their attention. I mean, Google is too big. Okay. And I don't know nothing about EON Play. But this is me letting you all know. Look, ladies, I'm sorry. The reason why this video is still up there because I liked it. Okay, this is basically me letting you guys know, those of you who are asking if I can do a specific video on this or that or that or this. Out of the 1,000 videos you're going to find up on the net, and I promise you, you will find 1,000 videos because just since April, there have been over 103 more videos added. Okay? So this is me letting you know for a certainty that there's a video out there talking about it. But because some of you have been asking about the power of attorney, I even had a person ask, what do they do for the shaded areas? So let's show you. Pay attention. Your name in all lowercase. Lettering, last name, then first. Care of, then your address. Because eventually you'll be recording this with the county recorder. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all you're doing is adding the information that goes in yellow. We had you putting an international stamp here. I'm going to tell you, don't worry about putting an international stamp here. Put it where you put your signature. We're going to have you... You're going to put your photo here. Okay? We're going to do the same thing we did with the declaration of executorship. You're going to put your photo, and then after you put your photo, give me a second. Oh no, I don't want to be down there. But we're going to keep it down there. What I want to be is right here. Okay, that's where I want to be, but okay, I see what the problem is. What I got to do is I got to do that. let's see if we do normal. Nope, it's not going to let me. I will get it done because I've already done it. It's this thing right here that's the problem. So what I have to do is I have to put this behind. Come on now. Come on, Betsy, work it right. I like the way you work it. Anyway, let's put you behind and not in front. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys everything in this video layout. And we're going to put behind. And we're going to put okay. That wasn't supposed to come down so much. But we're going to put this. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. We got the photo right there. And then we got hitting the wrong button. Now I say description, but I don't mean description because you're not a package. Okay? So I just want you to, by law, an ID. See, that's another typo. Come on now. Now you're not letting me type. Let's do a correction. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to put your name, you're going to put your address, and you can do the in care of. Can't be a P.O. box. It has to be what they refer to as a physical land address. We usually, you guys do care of, we put PMB for private mailbox. Okay, you don't have to do that. Pay attention. Okay, you don't have to put PMB. There is no law requiring you to put PMB. That's what we do. So you ain't got to do what we do. You let us do what we do. Okay? You put an expiration date. Okay? And what I want you to do, this is new. We haven't told anybody about this. And you're going to put a signature line. And you're going to remember, this is going to be a notarized document. Okay? So what I'm going to suggest, and this is just a suggestion, that if you're going to put the stamp, you put the the international stamp over here, or you put the international stamp here and you sign through it. Pay attention, okay? But you're going to put basically all the information on your ID. You're going to put your, let's see, watch this. Pay attention to how I'm wording this, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to put your birth date event, the day that you were given birth to. Okay? You don't have to use these exact words. Again, this is what we're going to be doing on the newer items. Okay? It's on mine. I did mine this way, but I wasn't doing yours this way because, again, all we were doing is memorialization of the birth certificate. But now we're going to be combining some other things so that you can go ahead and do your UCC. You feel me? You follow me? You got me? Freedom! Okay, now, what else are we going to talk about? Look, all the areas in yellow are self-explanatory. Your name in all lowercase lettering. We're going to tell you that all lowercase doesn't hurt you, but you can do it upper lowercase caps. Upper lowercase caps? Yeah, upper lowercase. This is upper lowercase. Okay? So you can do the name in upper lowercase. But last name, first name, middle name is the order you're going to do it in. Okay? Just pay attention. All right. Then we're going to get rid of some of the case law because some of the case law is not necessary. Okay, because the case law is just there for solidification, but we don't need to add all the case law. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to pay attention. In here, there are some words that are misspelled on purpose. There are names that are in here that are done that way on purpose. Why? Because you are supposed to read this and you are supposed to get rid of all of the junk. Now, pay attention. Some of you have asked, how do we do the notice of resignation of registered agent? Resignation of registered agent. I haven't titled any videos that way, but you see, they do registered agent. So if you want to know who a registered agent, when the birth certificate was created, they created a state agency in the name of that certificate with the number of that certificate. Okay? None of these are my videos, excuse me, because I didn't do any videos like this. But let's pay attention because you're going to have to go back and watch the videos on the POA and on the birth certificate because I talk about the notice of resignation of registered agent in those videos, telling you exactly where you can go. But for those of you who are new, and many of you are, if you want to know a little bit more about the resignation of registered agent, I'm sorry, I got to turn this back on because I'm doing all this talking on this video and I'm not really going on the internet doing anything. Pay attention. Let's make this bigger. Come on, touchscreen. There we go. If it lets me, there we go. It says the address for service of process is the address of the registered agent when you get a driver's license. And some of you have asked, do I have to get rid of my driver's license? No, you don't have to get rid of your driver's license. What you have to do is watch the video that I did on withdrawal consent. When you got a driver's license, you gave them consent and you volunteered to be the service of process agent. I showed you the case law in that video. So you have to resign as registered agent and you have to withdraw the consent. So with the Department of Motor Vehicles, you withdraw the consent. Pay attention. The address for service of process is the address of the registered agent. Therefore, the undersigned registered agent has sent a copy of the certificate of resignation of registered agent by registered mail to the office of the corporation in the jurisdiction of its formation or incorporation. Pay attention. They created a state agency in your name. Agency, agent. You are the registered agent for that agency. And guess what the state is? The state is where all of the important documents are being sent because they are the custodian of record. You have to do your research and understand what a custodian of record is. So what happens with that custodian of record that the state holds, all of that information about your account and everything goes to them. They're in control of that. Everything lies with the state, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the state is the owner of all property in the United States. Don't say, oh, snap! No Dave Chappelle around here. The reason why the law says that the state owns all property, including all the property of the people, is because everything is registered with the state. You don't register with the federal government unless you do it specifically, but everything is registered with the state associated with the birth certificate. So your birth certificates are registered with the state. And since your birth certificate is registered with the state, pay attention. This is for New York. Every state has its own registered resignation agent form. So watch this. Then we're going to go back to the My computer is going slow because I'm doing that right there. Well, why don't you stop doing that? Because it's my video, my computer, and my thing. It's my thing! EPMD. See? Notice a registered resignation. See, I always spell that wrong. Anyway, okay, resignation of registered agent, New York, California, Florida, Ohio. Every single state has a notice of resignation of registered agent form. Every state. Why? Because all corporations are creatures of the state. They owe their existence and chartered power to the state. Fisher versus Redfield. That's not the only case that says, let's do this. Hold on, everyone. Corporations are creatures of the state owing their existence and chartered powers to the state. Question mark. Trying to use my Dragon naturally speaking. So give me a second. Like I said, running low on resources, and Dragon is a resource hog. Corporations are creatures of the state, comma, owing their existence and chartered power to the state. All right, it's not going to let me use it. It did it. Okay, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. And we're going to put you, transfer there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. No, owing existence and charter power to the state. Okay, I can get rid of owing. I can correct owing. Owing. Owie, 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 owie. Sorry, Jerry Lewis, who is the late Jerry Lewis now. Let's get rid of all of this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, sorry that it took so long, ladies and gentlemen. I was voice recognition, resources, that type of thing, and I didn't want to. What I'm doing is I'm actually quoting case law. Okay, so this is an actual quote from several case laws. See, what most people don't understand about case law, look, the child is not a mere creature of the state. Those who nurture him and direct his destiny of society and government, which are called corporations or body politics, by the absolute right of the individual, we mean those which are in so blah 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 blah. I have no idea what this is out. Creatures of the state. Interesting. Okay. I would actually take a look at that, some of you. I don't have the time, but this one is one. A state statute limiting the powers of corporation individuals may be generally the statute which in effect alters or amends the charter, blah, 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 blah. But I'm looking for creatures of the state, where it says owing their existence and chartered power. And I didn't say owning, owing. On its existence, the grant from the state. Okay, this one works a little bit better. Okay, this one works a little bit better. Franchise of a foreign corporation, its powers are granted by its charter, but not involved from the sovereign power, owing its existence from grants of the state. Okay, pretty much saying the same thing as Redfield versus Fisher. So I'm going to put in Redfield versus Fisher because I can pull up the quote better that way. But I like this thing right here. So for me, I'm going to open that up later because that works. Now, what we're going to do is corporations are creatures of the state. Some of you who are more intelligent have a little bit more patience and not trying to get the quick fix, not trying to get the emergency relief, meaning action now because you're in desperate state. Those of you who are in desperate states, well, the other ones are going to get this. They're going to take the time to go through the whole video and pay attention. But those of you who are desperate, who are finding it very, 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 very difficult to do things because they're coming at you from every angle and you can't breathe. I can't breathe without you in my life. I can't live. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to regret those mistakes. And you're going to look. The reason why the gentleman who I was working with, the reason why they sold his home from underneath him is because he was desperate. And so he was acting out of desperation. And look, people, when you act out of desperation, I got to shut it off because I need the speed. Okay. The term creature of the state means that local governments are created by national government. No, creature of the state doesn't mean that, but creature of the state means that it was created. Creature means something that's created of the state. Corporations are creatures of the state. That's why, because they were created by the state, they owe their existence to the state. I'm looking for Redfield versus Fisher. See, it highlights Redfield versus Fisher, and this is an Oregon State court, and it highlights Redfield versus Fisher, and it says corporation is a creature of the state, just like I told you. Okay, individuals unlike corporations. That's what Fisher say. Individuals unlike corporations. Corporations can be taxed, but the private citizen cannot. On the other hand, corporations are a creature of the state. Supreme Court of Oregon declared in Redfield versus Fisher, 1930. All corporations, including, that's why you keep hearing me say that they're private corporations. Every government agency is a private corporation. And in order to be a private corporation, you know what they must do? File taxes. Oh, U.S. versus Petrillo, okay, also says that. So let's pull up. Yeah, I know this is one of those sites, but we're going to pull it up because it has both cases. Like I said, what you're going to find is that most court cases use the same case law. So let's see if we can find the corporation. Wait a minute, hold on, what's this? Department of the Treasury, answer to person liable, they follow the Constitution, ignore the name, and listen to the words. Interesting. Reference material for information purposes only. Miscellaneous RM25. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually have not done any research on this, so I don't know what this is, but I'm going to look at the case law and I'll go back and read this later. Later. Anyway, yes, I'm having a great morning. This is Saturday. See, this is how I spend my Saturday mornings. Okay? This is the way I spend my Saturday mornings. But according to that several ignorant people, I don't have the right to do this. No, I must make myself available to cater to their needs, answer their questions the way they want them answered, provide them the answers that they want, and they pay attention, must be out of their mother minds. Okay? Now, although, nah, we're not going to go there. I was going to say something else that is not necessary. I am looking for Redfield versus Fisher. I found the other case, but I don't see Redfield versus Fisher. And it did say highlight that it was in here. And I'm just looking for the quote so I can read the case law to you so you can see the case law. Now remember, it's called case law. What most people don't get is that the courts were never given any license to make law. Congress is the legislature. They make law. The courts, when they call it case law, and then they make it to where that is law, that's where they're violating the law. Okay, the only time case law becomes relevant is when it is in line with the Constitution, where it makes something constitutional or unconstitutional or agrees with the Constitution. They cannot make a law that contradicts the Constitution. That is law, but they do it all the time, i.e. calling it case law. I don't see Redfield versus Fish. There it is. This person said me, individual. Yeah, that's dumb. It's the original says the individual, unlike the corporation, cannot be taxed for the mere privilege of existing. The corporation is an artificial entity which owes its existence and chartered powers to the state. But the individual's right to live and own property are natural rights or fundamental rights for the enjoyment in which an excise tax may and cannot be imposed. Redfield versus Fisher. Okay, that's what the case said. Don't just sit up here and start running. Okay. Now, wait a minute. I need to read this next one because I'm curious. So y'all, sorry, this is how I move forward with understanding. Okay. The liberty mentioned in the 14th Amendment means not only the rights of the citizen to be free from mere physical restraint of his person, as by incarceration, but the term is deemed to embrace the right of the citizen to be free in the enjoyment of all of his faculties. That's a lie. The Supreme Court did say this, but the 14th Amendment does not set nobody free. Kizzy, we're free. Kizzy, we're free. No, the whips on my back, they done healed, Kizzy, and my foot is I'm starting to get some feeling in it. What you mean half of it cut off? No, it's starting to grow back. I see it going back millimeter by millimeter. My imagination? Kizzy, you leaving me? You leaving me for massa? I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you get it, when they created the birth certificate, they created what's known as a state entity. Okay? And yes, I kind of figured that's the type, this was from this particular group, and I will be looking at this because I love the fact that creatures of the state. When they created the birth certificate, they created an entity, an agency, a creature of the state. Remember, they created the birth certificate. It's their document. They have their numbers on it. When they created that creature of the state, you became by acquiescence, the registered agent. That's why, pay attention, the birth certificate is registered with the county. So they are the holders of the record, the custodian of the record. That is why you do the resignation. Well, this is registration of memorial. This is the birth certificate registration. But anyway, we put in Minnesota Court Rule 220 right here. We actually put the code right there. Okay. So we put that in here because Minnesota didn't like us, asked us not to put that code there. They literally did. I am going to go after Susan Roth because I need to get that whole, I need to get her attention, okay, because she done pissed me off. Now pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it has words in here that we didn't highlight in yellow that you have to read and correct. Notice it says Southgate, Los Angeles County, State of California. Many of you have left California in your documents. That's not on us, that's on you. Because again, we cannot do an affidavit for you. Because an affidavit has to be a statement in your words, so you have to read it over so that you know exactly and precisely what it says on every line. But that's 16 pages long. I don't give a if it was 5 pages long, you still have to go over it. God, it's called an affidavit. Go and read what an affidavit is before you just start filling stuff out. You have to do your own research. We are not going to do it for you. When I say we, SATCOM did not produce the affidavit. I did. Okay? This is so that you know, so that you get it. Okay? And we're getting ready to redo the affidavit. There will be 2. There will be one for SATCOM members, and there'll be another. The one for SATCOM members, the ones who sign up for our program, those certificates are going to have some extra added things because of what we're doing for our members. The rest of you will have the basics. All the information that's here, we're going to take out a lot of the information that's redundancies, that's explaining this and that, because in an affidavit, we don't have to explain the law to nobody. We just have to tell them we are aware of what the law says. Okay? That's what we're doing. So we're going to get rid of the stuff that doesn't need to be here. But getting back to the fact that you've registered your certificate of live birth with the state, it is registered with the state. They're the custodian of record. So you have to, not NAFTA, have to do a notice of resignation of registered agent and a change of address with respects to the state, Secretary of State's office, and change of address with the Vital Statistics, Vital Records Office in your capital, state capital where you were born, and also with the Department of Motor Vehicles. You have to resign as registered agent. Send them a copy of your notice of resignation of registered agent. And if you are registered to vote, which I don't know why anybody would be registered to vote, if you guys only knew how corrupt the voting system really is, especially when it's done by computers now, and it's all up to a programmer, and they can program an algorithm. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't make any sense. Well, you got to get out the vote. If you don't vote, you don't have a voice. You mothers don't have a voice to begin with, and then all of a sudden you're going to sit up there and listen to somebody tell you to go out there and vote. Man. Well, you're prejudiced because you wanted your witnesses and y'all ain't never voted. You're absolutely right. We don't vote because we're not part of the world. It's just that simple. We're not, the world votes. Everybody in the world, they get out there and they vote. Well, I don't vote. I'm not part of the world. Then you really don't understand what I just said. Okay? Now, we put in this other stuff about foreign offices and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not really necessary. So again, some of the stuff we put in here because it was necessary, because some people were filing this into their court cases, and that was necessary for the court cases. And for the instance of filing this stuff in the court cases, we're going to keep the most important stuff. And for the necessary information for filing with corporations like the IRS, that information won't, well, yeah, I think we're going to include it in the one that we give out to the public. But we're going to be covering this one right now. Covers at least 7 different issues. The next one will be covering about 9. Here's the thing about the next one. When we finish the next one, it will be done, and it will be a lot shorter pages, and we will cover everything. And we're going to get rid of this stupid box because we don't want the notary just notarizing signature. No, and ladies and gentlemen, again, when you get your affidavit done, you must get at least 12 copies done. Why? Because you want to hold on, pay attention. Some of you are not going to pay attention. The purpose of the notary is for verification and identification only, and not for entrance into any foreign jurisdiction. I'll leave that there. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to pay attention to this. because many of you are not going to get this. The notary page, the jurat. You want to get rid of the numbers on the pages, and that's what we're going to do. Come on. Oh, I got to go here. Okay. We're going to get rid of the page number. Okay. I think that should take the page number. We're going to get rid of the page number because we need you to have the jurat page separate. You're going to make 12 copies of this. But that's 16 pages of 12 copies. You're right. 16 pages of 12 copies, but you need to pay attention. You want to keep at least 9 jurats. You keep the original 3, but you want to keep at least 9 jurats. So just in case you have to do anything notarized from that point on, you just attach the notary. Okay? It really is just that simple. Okay? It really is just that simple. So this is so you know. Okay? And look, I want you all to pay attention to this. But what if I don't have a United States birth certificate? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention. Nothing in this document says anything about you having a United States birth certificate. If you have a birth certificate from a different country, then you put in here the country the certificate is from, and you put in the information regarding the state of naturalization. No, I'm not going to create a separate one for you. Why? Because that's a lot more work. You have to do that. So, for instance, I'm going to give you some pointers. You're going to point us? I'm going to point you. Can you point us in the right direction? No, I'm going to point you in the left direction because you ain't getting it. You put the place, you put all the information where you were born. Okay, now you see where I put here, I wasn't born in Southgate, Los Angeles, of Los Angeles County. Okay, but for the sake of this, Southgate, Los Angeles County. Okay, yours, wherever you were born, the name of the hospital. And you put all of that information exactly correct. Okay, you put in the information that applies. If it does not apply, then you don't put it. You get rid of that line. Okay, if you don't have a social security number, then you put your naturalization number. And see, this one says numbers because someone like me, I have 4 social security numbers. The new ones won't say numbers. But that's the stuff that people didn't correct, and it's not my fault because I told you all it's an affidavit. It has to say your information. Okay? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have naturalization papers, the state that you received your naturalization papers is the state where you will file your documents. Now, those of you who sign on to the, the SATCOM program, please understand that you will be required to file this in the state where you reside, or excuse me, in the state where you were born, and then we will take care of it in another state, and we will file the UCC on your behalf for you. You will receive a copy of everything. After we successfully file the UCC, you will have to follow up behind us and file your UCC. Okay? Now, that's for everybody from this point forward. The others, we will not be filing the UCC for you. You, as we promised, we will give you the instructions on how to file the UCC and what to put in there. We've already done that. We cannot tell you how to write out the UCC because that right there would violate so many legalities. So we've given you instructions as to our suggestions as to what needs to be put where. Okay, you've received that already. It is absolutely necessary that you place that UCC1 on the record with the suggested comments as soon as possible. Okay, however, the rest of you, you'll be filing it in your state, and then we, those of you who become part of the program with SATCOM, we will be filing it on your behalf. So you'll have 2 UCCs. One, UCC when you look at the definition for Uniform Commercial Code, financial statement number 1 is placing a security interest on an item. That's what you will be doing. Okay? So we will be doing one for you, and you will be doing one, so you'll have 2 liens on that item. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, eventually, I don't have the time now to do a class action, another class action, because I still have to perfect the class action that we're doing for the mortgages. And on the issue of mortgages, many of you are asking, how do you become part of the lawsuit, the Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit? At this point, we've already done the first stage. At this point, in order for you to be part of the second stage, you will have to wait. I've asked you not to send me emails, not to ask how to become part of it. I just put that in the same video telling you that the only people who were allowed to communicate with me about that lawsuit are the ones who were already part of the program or the ones who were part of the agreement, all one phrase, the agreement group of 2012. Okay, so if you were part of the agreement group of 2012, then you are part of that. Okay? Just that simple. Even the ones who signed up for the agreement group in 2013 when Ron was placed in charge of the commission, you send me proof that you've paid and you're automatically a part of that. Even though Ron kept the funds, even though Ron kept the money, you're automatically a part of it. I will honor that agreement. Oh, by the way, please, you need to understand, you cannot make up something, because you make up something, you're only going to piss me off. I have a copy of all the emails. Okay, that idiot didn't know that I have access to that. I have a copy of all the email communications, but there's too many. There's over 20,000 emails in that email list. I don't have time to go through each one. That's why you have to send me a copy of the date and time, the exact emails showing where you sent it to, and I have no problem. If you don't have any proof, I don't have any proof. Okay? Just that simple. All right. I think that was everything that I needed to cover this morning. These were the questions that were most pertinent to people. And so, as I promised, I would take the majority of those comments. Ladies and gentlemen, the video, the one that we were just talking about, the one where, and I am telling you, where are they now? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, someone, stop running this script. I don't need that script, Rand. Oh, okay, that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I have this thing called Driver Pack. And for those of you, you know how you have to pay for those. Yeah, we'll restart it. You know how you have to pay for those driver update programs, and they have viruses and everything. Well, I'm gonna do you a favor, okay? I'm gonna do y'all's a favor. We're gonna leave this window open. Let's see if I can go here. No, we're gonna go here. And let's do this again. No, let's do Driver Pack. Let's see if it'll pull up. No. Driver Pack Solution 17. This is where I'm going to send you. Driver Pack. Driver Pack, all one word. The D and the P are capitalized. That's what you're looking for. This one is 2017. If you have an old computer or a new computer, this one too will work. Okay? You go to these videos. This is YouTube. Instead of doing a Google search, I did a YouTube search. Okay? If you have, this is 360, it actually finds drivers and things like that, and it updates in the background. Show more says Driver Pack Solution, the all-in-one solution for all your missing old, not working driver problems. Supports all major Windows versions. Ladies and gentlemen, you click on this and you download it. I already have Driver's Pack. If you want to download the full one, and it's free, it doesn't cost you a dime, okay? It's free, and it doesn't cost you a dime, and it doesn't have any viruses, and it will literally update all the drivers on your computer. Printer drivers, everything. The only problem with it is when I update the sound drivers on this computer, because the sound system on this computer is a unique sound system, when it updates the drivers, I have to uninstall the new driver and roll back to the previous version because it's incompatible with this particular computer because it's been modified. I modified it. Okay, so again, driver solution, that's my suggestion to some of you who have problems. Okay, see, it says the CD have more than 5 languages. That's amazing. It says error running script on my laptop. The same thing I just got. Don't worry about that error running script. It's because I got it blocked. I won't let it come on when my computer comes on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video right here, where are they? And I am telling you, you should listen to this. That video, the comment section, I won't be looking at any more new comments. I'm going to leave the comments up there that are there. And remember, all the comments that are made will be held for review, and I will not, you have my word, be reviewing any of the comments. You feel me? You get me? You got me? Good. So now that we got that out of the way, whoo, man, and now that we got giving people an explanation as to the power of attorney, that is, oh, where's the power of attorney at? Where can I find the power of attorney? Power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney. Shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of attorney can be found here under download section. Just type in the search bar POA and you'll see power of attorney and affidavit. It's the all-purpose one, all-purpose power of attorney and certificate of live birth. This is not just any power of attorney. Power of attorney of general in fact, it's a durable power of attorney. Now here's the thing. This is what you all need to understand. Power of attorneys are permitted to be filed on the county record. Affidavits are permitted to be filed on the county record, which is why we call them affidavits and power of attorneys. So when a clerk denies you, all you got to do is take that clerk to small claims court, and they'll stop denying you. But you have to be serious about going to small claims court. And you don't have to argue with nobody. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what they're saying. They have, and you just, when you take them to court, you go to the state website, you pull down a copy of their power of attorney, and you bring that into court. They have a power of attorney, and I have a power of attorney, and by law, they cannot deny me my right to file my power of attorney. And they are stopping me, which means they're violating my rights, which means that they're violating my rights in contradiction to the Constitution, in contradiction to their own policies, which means that they're doing this in their individual capacity and not their official capacity, and I'm suing them in their individual capacity for which they have no immunity. You're just going to have to go back and listen to that statement to understand exactly how you are to be speaking in court. I cannot walk you guys through everything you need to say in court. There's too much. Everybody wants somebody to hold their hand while they're in court. Okay? I cannot. The SATCOM staff asked me last night, should we tell people about void judgments? Should we help them with void judgments? Should we provide a process by which we tell people about void judgments? You know what I told them? I said no. I said because what will happen is that they'll have a lot of questions, and those questions will fall back on me. And I simply don't have the time to be answering all their questions. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Satanic Kangaroo Court. I don't really like that. This gentleman right here, I don't know too much about, okay? But what I would suggest is that you start doing void judgments, the law on void judgments. So this one, Not this one, because it said family court orders without signature of clerk are void judgment. I'm not looking for that. They can do electronic signature. See, these are the ones that I would look for. Okay, these are the ones, like I said, Carl Lentz, I've heard a little bit about him. I don't know much about him. Okay, I don't know much about him. I'm looking, okay, see, I did notice that about 3 years ago that this individual, I started hearing about him. Okay, I'm not interested in people who have only been around for about 3 years. Okay. Okay, I 3 years, not enough, ladies and gentlemen. 2 months, 1 year, not enough. Okay, so you won't find none of my videos on void judgment because I don't have to do anything. But what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, SATCOM, the members wanted to help you all because they see all of you have lost your homes and everything, and they wanted me to tell all of you who've lost your homes that those are all void judgments because of how it was done. But you have to go and do this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Comma. And watch this. Watch this. Pay attention. Pay attention. Y'all need to pay attention. Search for law voids judgment in Google. This is the unique thing about Torch browser. See, void judgment under federal law is one in which the rendering of a court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over the dispute and jurisdiction over the parties to act in a manner inconsistent with due process of law, otherwise, or acted unconstitutionally in entering a judgment. Okay, the law, void judgment, and decisions, Supreme Court decisions. 22 reasons why judgment is void. Law of void, subject matter jurisdiction. You are the law. This is what I would go over. This is what my staff wanted me, well, SATCOM staff, not my staff. This is what they wanted me to show you, okay? This is what I'm showing you. Do your research. You've lost your home to foreclosure, do your research. Get that judgment overturned and get yourself compensated, okay? Just get the judgment overturned, get the case reinstituted, and guess what? You create a lot of problems for them, the courts, and the new individual in the home. And by the way, a void judgment is retroactive. Okay, which means once the judgment, if it is void, that means that anything that happened after that gets eradicated. They have to return everything that was taken while that void judgment was in effect. Okay? You need to understand the law of voids first. And there are several people out there doing that. It's not my job to do that for you. There's just too many things going on here. But you talk about so many different subjects. You better believe I talk about so many different subjects because my mind thinks about so many different subjects at one time. You got ADD, ADHD. Your mama got ADD, ADHD. Sit up here and talk about me having no stupid alphabet soup. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to do your own research. And just in the subjects I just talked about, you just saw me show you how to do your research. Well, where do I start? Again, for those of you who want to know where to start with my videos, I just showed you at the beginning of this video. You're going to have to go back and look and listen the next time. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of people just hear. It's one thing to hear, it's another thing to listen. Listen requires the use of more than one sense. Because see, listening, you have to meditate on what you're hearing. So if you got to pause the video or go back and re-listen to it, then go back and re-listen to it. But many of you are asking me to repeat things that I've already said. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? I've already told you. If you want to start someplace, go to this website. Don't worry about it. The bandwidth we can handle. We have unlimited bandwidth. And then go to downloads, 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 downloads. And when you go to downloads, there's a ton of documents there for you to start your research. Pick a subject, start researching. Then after you do that research, then you will have caught up to most of the people who were here before you. Because we've been on a journey together, me and the ones who were here before you. Many of you are just now finding out about redress right. Many of you are just now finding out about Mr. Eon. Okay, please understand, we are not just now finding out about redress or Eon, but some of you are just now finding out about it. So what do? Well, you're talking down to us. You're condescending. You better believe I'm condescending, because I'm suspecting that if you're here, you should already know, because as I told you, we weren't doing any advertisement of the EON channel. Okay, this is the download session, and when this section fills up in a second, you will just simply search for what you're looking for if it's not readily seen. For instance, like I said, the POA, you can look for it under that name that I showed you. Hey, attention, your computer security is under threat. We don't have no pop. Oh, this is driver pack solutions. All right. That's driver pack solution. It wants to connect to the internet and I wasn't letting it. And so it's pissed off. So what I'll do is I'll run an update so it can, because it's afraid of malware and the, what's that other junk that they were doing? The ransomware. It's afraid of that. So that's what it wants to do. So it's asking me to let it have access. So I will let it have access so it can download those updates. But I'm certain I downloaded those updates last night when I updated this system, because I just redid the entire system. And so because I redid the entire system, let's just say I had to update everything. So this is what was supposed to be popping up. And because I'm using up a lot of resources. So as I told you at SATCOM, the download section, see, second certificate, a revocation. I don't know which one, because I'm not looking for it. I got to do a startup item. Rainier, where's my rain meter? See, my rain meter didn't start and I don't see it. I'm kind of pissed off because I don't know where rain meter went. So I now got to go and start up my rain meter. Rain meter. Rain meter, rain meter, rain meter, rain meter. Let's go down. Go to the R's. R, rain meter. Because see, what happens when you look at my desktop, no rain meter. I need my rain meter. I don't just want no empty desktop. That's why I got these things, so it wouldn't be empty. But I need my rain meter. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, there's no reason for me to keep you here any longer. The idea here was for me to basically give you the brief explanation of the power of attorney and the resignation of registered agent, because these are the things that people wanted to know about. See, rain meter. Now I got my rain meter operating, got my time and everything. This 1 hour and 18 minutes, I used this particular ZD Soft, Z as in zebra, D as in David, Soft, S-O-F-T version. I think this is the 10.1. There's a 10.45, but I use the 10.1 because it actually puts the time on the screen, and I want all of you to keep up, but I also need to keep up with the time, and I get to see when I'm talking. You see, every time I talk, this moves. Every time the music talks, this moves. That's why I get to control the volume. So I use this one because it gives me greater control. Because I'm a control freak. Okay? Just a freak of the week. Super freaky, yeah. Okay? So since I'm such a control freak, I need to have control. All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies and gents, this may not answer all of your questions, but since you people don't appreciate my time, I took out of my time this morning roughly about 2 hours to put this out for you, and it will take another 30 minutes tethering to put this up online. Normally, I would have to drive to a Wi-Fi hotspot, but thanks to Verizon for allowing me to have the extra 3,000 gigabytes, I can now tether and put this up online to you. So this video will be up. It'll be talking about infant estate, comma, birth certificate, comma, power of attorney, comma, resignation of registered agent. Okay, that's the video. So have a good day. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who given the positive comments, who sent me the text messages just thanking me for the videos, those of you who sent the emails doing the same, and those of you who left the comments under the video telling me thank you, I say you're more than welcome. And those of you who know me know that I do this for you. Don't do this for me. This is not benefiting me at all. I already know this information. So again, I'm under no obligation to do this. We have some selfish people out there who tend to think that I owe them something, that I have to do my videos their way, because if it's not done their way, they're not satisfied. And there were a couple of people who told me that I am not just a control freak, but they made it seem like I wanted to be in so much control. I guess they're still saying I'm a control freak. You better believe it. This is mine. This is my channel, my video, my site, my words. You better believe it, mother. I'm a control freak. When it comes to mine, I own it. If you want yours, you better go out there and get yours, because when I had mine, I went out and got mine. And if somebody took what was mine, I went out and got it back. So if you don't like it, you can go sit and spin for eternity, for all I care. I'm sorry. Did I go there? You went there. Oh, Lord, I wasn't supposed to go there? Dude. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are of the right mind, those of you who have some sense, truly thank you. The ignorant people, we're going to ignore them as much as possible from this point forward. The Carols and the Loris, we're going to forget and forgive them for their ignorance. Carol, I'm going to take your video down, the internet famous video. Yeah, let's do that now, ladies and gentlemen. I took Lori's down. I was going to leave Lori. God, I was going to leave Lori's up because Lori pissed me off. But I took Lori's down, and I said to myself, you know what? We took Lori's down. Let's take Carol's down, because Carol's had enough. I mean, you know, what she did wasn't really that bad. Just because she wanted to get her point across, and she hit me up on email, on text messages, on my channel, and she just even went to Satcom and hit me up. And Lori, man, Lori, you pissed me off again, and that video will go right back up. What I'm trying to say, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to say this is my channel. I control this. And you guys don't have the right to contact me and voice your opinion. I'm not giving you that right. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to do the same thing with Lori, just in case. Because, you know, look, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes people get stupid, like Lori. And so, nah, because see, right now I'm thinking, leave them up, but nah, because I am a fair person. I believe that we're not going to take it down. We're going to do the same thing with Carol that we did with Lori, because I got to be fair. There is a way for me to, in controlling the videos, there's a way for me to take the video and to hide it from view, so I don't have to upload it again. And I'm looking for it. Dang it, I had it yesterday. Why can't I find it today? Oh God, I can't find it. It's not here. I knew it wasn't there. Dang it. That's a shame. It's supposed to be on the first page, but I didn't see it there. Let's see if it's on the second page. Nope, don't need that. There it is. We're going to make it private so that you guys can't see it. The reason why I make it private is so that it stays up on YouTube, and then I bring the video back later. Let's say if Carol wanted to be stupid and go further, or if Lori wants to be stupid and go further, then I put the video back up later. Or if any of the rest of you want to be stupid, like the comments that some people made, they only did that because they wanted me to put their stuff up there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not playing that. I just blocked them and blocked them as spam and harassment. So that's how I take care of them on YouTube. But you contact me on my email address. Ladies and gentlemen, you contact me at my email, at my address, then I'm going to put that information out there for the public, for them to see. No. Let me correct you so that you get it. That's the ignorant people, the ones who want to piss me off. I'm speaking specifically to those who think that they can control me. It ain't happening. I'm speaking specifically to those who think that they can piss me off. It ain't happening. You will not get the last word with me. It just ain't happening. So, to the rest of you, you beautiful people. That's right, I said you beautiful people. Thank you for taking the time. And I'm going to ask that you have a very, 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 very good day. Have a good day. Goodbye.